back, besties. I'm Laquanda,
And I'm Tiera.
your entrepreneur bestie. All right, Tiera. So today the video is going to be about marketing on a budget, creative ways to grow without spending big. But before we get into our topic, I want to talk about Cardi B post. Did you see
Oh
it?
my God. Yes. I've seen her multiple. There's not just one. Like she's been out here.
Really? I only seen one when she had the albums laid out.
No, there's two. There's one where she was like walking in the middle of the street, like stopping traffic and stuff like, buy my CD, buy my album.
Are they buying it?
I may. I love her. It took forever, but I may.
You, but were the people buying the album?
At that very moment, no, they weren't stopping, but she was like, we're just talking about like her initiative. She was out there like she ain't already successful pushing her album old school because that's what people used to do. People used to have their albums in the back of their trucks, in the back of their car. They used to pop the trunk and they used to, promote. And so she was outside walking the streets, stopping traffic, and promoting her album.
So the video I saw was the exactly, and that's why I want to talk about that video so bad and how it relates to being a business and entrepreneur. And for me, when I saw that, I was like, yes, get your money, get your coins. I support you, sister, because I understand you have to do what is needed. And she said, I'm about album sales are not selling right now. So she said, we about to go back to square one and touch the people and do what's been working. Get off this internet and really go outside. She had on a sweatsuit. Um,
Nothing fancy.
Nothing fancy, casual. Not only that, I was like, it is on a blanket. The video I saw, I
Yeah.
happened to see how much money she would make if she
The
sold.
other one, she just had some in her hand and she was just walking out in traffic like, buy my album, support my album, And yeah, I mean, so if we're talking about like entrepreneurship on a budget and we're talking about that form of like promotion and things like that, we can kind of tie in another person, which is Master P, which he is the originator of that. Like he made his first million selling his albums out of the back of his trunk.
Really?
And a lot of people like kind of sleep on him and he's not as talked about, but he's definitely up there and he's definitely one of those like old school hardcore like hustlers because that's what it initially is. It's like you're out there, you're hustling, and he will walk into establishments and sell, or he will walk into them, introduce himself to the staff or whatever, and ask them, is it okay if he could promote his album? Talk about how passionate he is about it and things like that. And we talk about how in our past episodes, we talked about how people uh, don't buy like exactly the product. They're buying the person, like their story, what it is behind it that actually touched them or resonates with them. And I feel like with her doing that, or with Master P doing that, that definitely can set you aside from everybody else. Because if everybody is doing the same thing, what is it that you could do creatively that isn't exactly a lot of money? It's not about money. It's about just having like some type of creativity and some type of hustle to think about how can I do something outside of the box but still get the same result.
Exactly. And it's very relatable. Like, just for me as a business owner, I was like, I'm not the biggest Cardi B fan, but when I saw that, I was like, and then I was like, I respect the hustle. And I was going to comments because I want to see what are people talking about. Obviously, everybody was like, I love what you're doing. And not only that, going back to um people buy from you, people just want contact, old school like
No.
contact. Like one guy was like, I would buy it, just give me a hug too. They just want to feel like they know you, you're their friend, their cousin.
That you're not above people because at the end of the day, I think the thing is sometimes people forget about that. Like there is no connection when you're so digitally. Like so now where we are, with having social media and people feeling comfortable behind a screen. I think people forget about what people were doing before because obviously we've made millionaires before, we've made successful business owners before. What was it that they were doing that set them aside? I have another example. So recently I went and I tried a new nail salon and I was kind of unsure because I feel like nail salons are like popping up. If I don't know if you noticed, but they're like popping up on every corner. And it's like, okay, like that question that I just said, what is it that sets you aside from the next one? Like, why would I want to come to this other salon? Like, what is so different? So I must have rolled by like three or four, and I was like, I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. I don't know about that one. Then finally, I was like, okay, I'm gonna try this one. I go in there, and at first, I'm like, okay, it was kind of busy. It took a minute, but then once they got me seated, they started getting me drinks, asking me like what type of drink that I want. This was the owner, by the way. The owner was walking around making sure everybody had a drink, everybody was comfortable. He was asking me a lot of questions. What is it that I want? How can he be more of a service to me?
Oh,
He
wow.
stayed there because, by the way, I did get there kind of late, and he stayed until I was done, until I was the last one. I was literally the last one in there, but he stayed and he talked to me, asked me about my service, all this stuff. And I'm like, he didn't even say he was the owner, but I saw him like counting down the register and all that stuff. And he was like, yeah, that's what I wanted to do. Like, I want people to know that I'm really still in my business. I'm passionate about my business. I could really hire staff to do that essentially. But obviously, people wouldn't care about his business or care about greeting his customers and making that connection with people to make them feel like now I feel like I want to go get my nails done more because I don't even go to the nail salon like that or have not been going, but I felt so good like how I was treated that made me want to come back and spend money. So it's that connection over just like, okay, you're providing a good product or providing a good service. I feel like a lot of people are doing that. So what is so different? And why do people want to spend their money?
And it's so easier to create a feeling in person. Online is so much harder to convey who you really are or like your true.
Yeah, I feel like that's the disconnect, honestly, with a lot of small businesses. It's like, why do I want to buy from that small business?
Yeah. And it's basically the way he made you felt when you was with him. And they always say like part of marketing is the feeling you try to convey. And if you try to do it digitally, you can do it, but it take a little bit more like work to get it done.
Expert.
And
Yeah.
but honestly, when you was talking about it, you know what? It goes back down to that right now as Black women, they realize they value our dollar. Think about it. Back in the days, they didn't really, for the most part, I grew up in nail salon, right? Of course,
Yes.
like over time, once you a loyal customer, of course they're gonna form the bond. But initially in the beginning, they're not doing that. So they realize it. At the end of the day, we're going out and supporting our friends and family who are nail techs. We don't
Hmm.
just want no more. So now they put in more of a work and effort and make us feel comfortable and welcome.
Literally, I had the best foot massage and everything. I was like, oh my God, like I am coming back. And I hadn't felt like that and I've been here and in my neighborhood for a while. And I haven't felt like that in years. Now I feel like I want to go. Like that's very impressive. He definitely left a very good impression on me.
Yeah, yeah, I completely.
Everything. So I feel like that's where the creativity comes in. Cause like Cardi B could be like, she could be like kind of bougie and be like, I don't want to go out and push these CDs or I don't want to do this. But she realized and she's been doing that. Honestly, if I'm being honest, I feel like her whole career she's done things outside of the box, outside of what the normal people would do. And this is why her name still rings bells, even though she hasn't dropped the album technically in years.
And then she have credibility in her character. Like when things come out, even like she had a lawsuit going on right now, and everybody's saying, "Oh, she's doing it for a lawsuit." I didn't even look into it, nor do I care. I just respect the host, and I just want her to win on the strength of she, she really enjoyed her career and she want to be successful. So
And she's doing it in her way, in her terms. I feel like a lot of people keep trying to push onto her, like how everybody else are doing it or how everybody else is dropping albums. Like I feel like yes, she's a good artist, but I feel like she is more of like an entertainer. So she's like multifaceted and everybody keeps trying to push her into this box and she just will not allow them to push her into this box. And honestly, I love her for just that because I feel like I fight with that battle myself and it's like, oh, if you want to do hair, you got to just do hair. And it's like, oh, if you want to do content creation, you only got to do content creation. It's like, why can't I do both? Or why can't I do multiple things? Like I can. And
Yep.
that just shows that you can because she's definitely doing it all. Like she's doing fashion, she's doing movies, she's doing all the things, and it's working.
Also, I think I ran across this video and they was talking about personal branding, and she's doing what's true to her, right?
Yeah,
Example, like a lot of times with these big known brands, like it's a blueprint with Rihanna and Beyonce, fashion work because Rihanna really enjoy and that's who she is. It didn't work for Beyonce as well. It was working well for Cardi B because it's who she really is. So at the end of the day,
true.
they are trying to box her in and make her more polished, but that's not Cardi B.
Yeah,
Cardi B more polished is we're gonna be like, girl, what's going on?
right. Like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, so exactly what you're saying, like, and you just Tiara, just trust yourself. It's not easy. I experienced the same thing. Exactly what you went through. I'm still experiencing it, but I think it's getting more a little bit clear. And then self-doubt can creep in because it's like you do try to go by the blueprint of what is already successful,
Yeah,
but
what's already working for
what's
sure.
what's already working. But at the end of the day, we're young Black women, so sometimes the blueprint is really not out there for us.
We're creating it.
Right on. So if that's something you truly love, there's a group of women who's going to relate to you and see that dang, she's a boss woman, she's doing multiple things and she's doing it well. So you just gotta find it and you'll get it. So I
No, like you said, I feel like it's slowly aligning, honestly. It
it's
just takes time. And like you said, you just got to keep being true to who you are and not really necessarily listening to the outside noise. You know, they say that the outside noise, because everybody has an opinion of what you should do or how you should be doing it. But it's like, if it's not you, they can't tell you what works for you or how you should do you. Nobody can do you better than you. So it's like, you have to really be a strong minded person to really just block out the noise and just do what you want to do. And it's tough.
you said that in the last video, and I was like, You're so right. You do. You gotta be strong-minded on different levels when it comes to like just knowing who you are. And because if not, then you will pivot to what the world wants you to do. That's so true. You
Yeah.
just you, you gotta find your way. Yeah.
Yeah. Find your lane and make your own lane because it's like people will definitely try to put you into whatever it is that they see fit for you. And it's like that may not necessarily work. And
And
only you know.
as I
Only you know.
as I really think about it, if it's not out there, it's also probably is needed, but no one has tapped into it or it's too scared to do it because they think it's not working. But if you feeling like that very strong inside, then go with it because it's need another woman is out there is feeling like that.
Absolutely.
Okay, so
And
let's
it's like that's where success actually comes from. It's finding like a need for something or a lack thereof. And once you find that lack thereof, then it's like, okay, I found a need and now I just need to tap into that need.
and when you said
I'm
it
not
at
going
first,
to be conventional because why? It's just like it's something that people aren't seeing it as a need, but once you keep showing up and making it relevant, then that's when it gets a bigger, I guess, focus or emphasis or whatever.
and as you said, it's two brands that spoke came to mind instantly, Fenty and Topicals. And
Mm-hmm.
that's why Topicals brain trip went so viral when they went to Ghana. What brand is doing that?
Creativity, thinking outside the box, like bringing things to the forefront for people who you feel like there is a need. So there's a need because they always thought that like, oh, a black woman, you don't burn, you don't need these products for your skin, you don't have all these issues, you don't get wrinkles as fast. That doesn't mean that you shouldn't be doing things to prevent it.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where they've tapped into like that is in the marketing. We
For
talk
topical,
about yes, like the marketing like it's next level and it wasn't like your normal cookie cutter
I
marketing.
wasn't.
So like we're talking about these things and we're saying how to do things on a budget. Obviously that was a lavish trip. But aside from that, I'm thinking about the small things, like just the smallest things of the emphasis of one, partnering with content creators. So if we go back to our title at hand here, the topic at hand, which is how to do things on a budget. I think it's really just using what you have. So, like, if you have friends who are invested in your business, or you know people who are invested in your business, or even people who just buy from you, I feel like maybe you should set up campaigns with those people because those are the best people to promote your brand because they're already using it. They already love it. They already, embody your mission. So it's like that's like something that really has really came to mind recently off of me actually doing a campaign for someone I know. And it's like, dang, like why don't people do that more? Like connect with just your audience. You don't need to, I think everybody is thinking about I need more and more and more. I need to go bigger. I need to expose myself to more people. I think you need to concentrate on where you are first and then expand that, then we'll expand from there. And I think people love to see that. So just showing or showcasing your connection with your already current audience and
Tiera,
doing campaigns with them, maybe.
I have the hugest smile on my freaking face because that's exactly what I was thinking, and I put it on my list. And I was really gonna talk about that today. I'm using influencers, like up and coming influencers, and right.
That's the market because it's like I think that what people don't see is that like for example, like we just talking about that. Like say you have 5 people and they're your influencers, right? Of those 5 people, you don't know everybody they know, and you don't know every person that is viewing that person's page. So your whole purpose of marketing is to expose your brand to new faces.
Mhm.
That's it. So that is the main piece of your marketing. It's just every day, if you get yourself into 5 more new faces every day, think about where your business will go.
And and going back to using influencers, it also goes down to word of mouth. And I want when Tiara did my hair, right? She used basking lather on my edges, right? I've been seeing this all over social media. I was like, yeah, right. Here go another item. I want to support it, but I ain't going out of my way. She used it and she laid my edges so well. And when I tell you when I got home, I brought it. I didn't care how much the shipping was. I didn't care. I brought it immediately. And it just goes back to like word of mouth. Word of mouth is the most powerful tool of marketing.
And
And
that's how people got successful back in the day. It was word of mouth. Like when I think about like my hair journey, like of doing hair, like I was touching a lot of heads in Detroit. And it was not off of social media. Social media was not a thing. It did not exist. But baby, when I tell you word of mouth was powerful and mighty, it was powerful and mighty. When I say I would do 2 of my cousins' hair, they would go to school, they would bring me 2 to 4 of their friends. That and then that was like a domino effect. And then 2 more of their friends, and then 2 more of the other girls' friends. Like that's all it takes. It's just that small domino effect. I think that what we be seeing and what we're getting so caught up into now is the quick and fast social media blow ups that we see from certain people. But these certain people already have a name. These certain people already have a presence. So if we think about real small creators, real small businesses, these people are trying to build, are starting from the ground up and building a name. And we just need to, like I said, 1 new face a day, 2 new faces a day, that is going to build like the biggest thing. And I'm seeing that with hair now, like just small things like getting into these groups or going to the hair store. And every time I go to the hair store, I'm getting a customer because why? I'm sitting there having a full conversation face to face. And I'm showing that, hey, I know what I'm talking about.
Mhm.
I'm building relationships. And then that in turn is building me business. So it's like the smallest little things. And it does have a domino effect and it does take time. I'm in year 3 of being consistent. In year 3, this is like the best year I've had. So it just shows like you got to keep being consistent, but you do got to keep doing the things, the small little things that builds over time.
I agree with you. And then
So
so another one of mine was now if you combine all of them, like I think if you do multiples, like if you do print and then if you do digital and then
yeah, that's my new thing. Honestly, I had my
so
daughter's
that's why
old school
I
ask me for cards. And I'm like, I don't have any. And I'm like, I need to sit my butt down and make some cards because if you could take some, like what I just said about Master P going into these establishments and asking them, hey, do you mind if I leave a couple cards here? Again, now you're exposing yourself. Every time you do that, you're exposing yourself to new faces.
exactly. And you don't like it's easy, like you don't know who's walking through that door. And you just got and then if they have to see you in different, to me, what I think, I feel like they need to see you to make your brand more credible to a new biz. Like for people who's not easy to um who are, I forgot it's a word, is like late adopters who is not easy. Like what, for instance, like when it comes to fashion, I'm going to do it instantly. When it comes to car stuff, I'm more of a slow adopter too. I gotta feel touch here. I gotta do all my research. So there's different type of people.
Yeah,
So
you're right.
you in different, like if they see you at locally on the internet, then you building that credibility. So that's what I did, direct to door. So you can print stuff like a print a flyer, and then you can go on USPS, and then they will mail everything out, and you can pick the area.
Yeah, I saw that. That's right
So
there. I think everybody should be doing that.
it because Black Friday is coming up, and it would be a great way for you to reach your local audience. And then if
And
you
it's so funny you said that. I never knew that that was a thing and I've always thought, how do I get all this junk mail? Like, how do I get all
touch,
these different marketing and ad things? I never knew that that was a thing. There
yep.
you go.
There you go. And I'm
There
doing,
you go.
you should definitely do it for the people in your area because you already have a name. So it kind of like just re put yourself back in front of them as the holidays is coming up. So direct to door is a good one. So that would be print. And then if you combine it with social media, target the same group of people. Now they seeing you again. You're right back in front of their face. And then we talked about influencer. And if you just get one or two. So those are the three ones I thought about, and those are the ones I'm gonna try this Black Friday because you gotta think about it. People are about to start shopping. This is the
Yeah,
time.
like honestly too, I think, friend, is that if you do it, like you keep doing it when we're talking about being consistent, not waiting until Black Friday, like start doing it now. Like just start doing those little things now to the fact where you keep showing up. Like you said, now it's like now I can't ignore you because now you do because Fashion Nova is the king. Oh my God, the king and queen of that. Like they do all of it. They send you text messages, they send you emails, and their ads are crazy because you see their ads everywhere. So like I just said about that's why I had to bring them up because it's like they're in my face so much I have no choice but to shop.
Mhm.
Because it's like I can't ignore you. I can't run away from you no matter how much hard I try to do it. I try to say, no, I'm not going on there. No, I'm not shopping. But it's like they're in my face showing me so many deals and so much cute stuff on top of that. It's like, I guess I'll take a look. And that's all you need people to do is to take a look. They might not shop that day, but if they can take a look and they have their eye on something and you just keep rubbing it in their face,
Yeah.
that's marketing.
Yep.
Like you said, they said that it takes people 3 to 5 impressions, and that's something that I learned too in sales and things. But it takes people 3 to 5 impressions, and that's why Fashion Nova is so successful. And people hate them, but they get that. So although it's annoying to most people, that is perfect marketing. 3 to 5 impressions. So for me, literally, like I said, by the fourth time I see it or the third time, I'm checking out because now I've seen it. I did see something I liked, but I ignored it. The second time, the same thing. I don't know. Probably not right now. It's not a good time. Third time, let me see how much this stuff actually costs because I didn't seen it and I already kind of liked it, but now you keep rubbing it in my face and now you keep having a deal. It's like, how can I not?
Yeah. And it's like, really?
They have marketing down to a science. So if that everybody else could figure that out, then they would be as successful. That's it.
Yep. You
Like you have to those 3 to 5 impressions, you have to hit it. You have to be there. You have to be in all those spots.
have to be on the spot and just consistent. Like sometimes we be like, oh, I did me. I'd be like, I did.
My campaign was
Yeah,
cute,
and I
you
realized
know.
okay, you gotta do more and more, and then like not take it into I'm getting yelling on my business, but it's okay. So I don't know. I just got that bug back, y'all. So I was like, okay. Tiara sent me a video, and this lady was talking about marketing. That's all right. All right, I'm in my marketing mode. I'm getting ready to plan for a campaign. Let me go back and see what this lady was talking about. She was like marketing strategy. So I was like, okay. So I went, did my research, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, all right. Let me see what can ChatGPT help me first. So I plugged it in. Now I use ChatGPT a lot. So they gave me my whole marketing strategy. I ain't have to do nothing. I just had to write a little bit, but also I use ChatGPT a lot, no, a lot, so they know a lot about my brand.
They know you. Yeah, so it's
It
easier.
was a little bit easier for them to really, and it was accurate. But the reason why I'm saying this is because they did a marketing plan. A marketing plan takes a month, not 2 weeks, not a week. And then you go back,
People try to rush it.
yeah, and then you go back and you work it from
Another person who I feel like is amazing with that, and y'all gonna hear me talk about this person till I'm blue in the face, but Fancy Homebody and Mia have it down to a science, and that's why their business is scaling. And one is newer, but one has been around, but they finally figured it out. A lot of times, Mia is showing things. It's the smallest hints. What I mean by dangling things in front of people's face. She'll have bags that she's not going to launch for 6 months, but she's wearing them.
credit
Her friends
putting.
are wearing them.
Mhm.
Again, her and her friends are wearing them and they already have a presence. So people are watching them, what they're wearing. They're asking them, where's that bag? I ain't never seen that bag before. Where's this? And they're already building buzz. They're already building these conversations so that when the drop comes,
I need it now. Not thinking about the money.
easy. They already had the momentum building. People already want it. People already love how she wearing it, how she's styling it, how her friends are wearing it, how her friends are styling it. You see what I mean? She's been using her friends
Mhm.
since day one. Using her friends because these are real people with real investment in the business that really actually care for it. So they can give real perspective, real opinions. That's what we need. Not somebody we paid or one time or we gave them a free item one time. They're not invested.
Nope.
They're doing it for the plot, for that moment, but they're going to throw that stuff in the back.
Because
We're talking about people who wear your stuff every day. And that's what Mia and Fancy Homebody has down to a science. Their friends and their people who really rock with them wear their stuff every day. And so they can make millions of posts, millions of videos, millions of reviews. That's what you need. People want to keep seeing your face that you're not a fake person because everybody is has a business these days. Everybody has a clothing brand these days. How significant is that business is the question. And why do I want to invest in this business? But if they keep seeing it, they're gonna be like, oh, I want it because I've seen 20 people wearing it now. Or
yeah,
not even 20 people. I just keep seeing it being styled so many different ways and that the person is loving it and that they're constantly reusing it. So that tells me that I won't be wasting my money because that's the thing. Money is valuable right now. It's like people working hard for these dollars. Rent is through the roof. So if
yeah.
I'm going to invest my coin, I need to know that it's worth my while.
And it aligns with who I am and my value. Because, like, some people probably, the people who really align with you, those are going to be your loyal customers.
Yeah.
So just focus on people who really align with you and your mission. The other ones
Hmm.
are great and it's going to help you take you to the next level, but that core base and basically
The
that's
core. Get your core. Once your core is solid, oh my God.
you
It's gonna go from there, it's gonna go.
it's going to bring more people in, but you still have that core. So
You have the core. Your core has to be solid first. That's just like, when you build in a house, your foundation got to be sturdy. It got to be solid. It's the same thing with the business. And I think that we keep wanting to like jump from that. Like we want to go from that. And it's like, you ain't even secured your base yet. You ain't secured your core. The core has to be solid for something to build from there. Same thing, relationships, everything. Everything, the core has to be solid. And then once you have a solid base, the possibility is endless then.
there you go. I honestly, we can go probably for hours because we're so both
It's
passionate
such a good
about
conversation for
yeah.
this topic.
But
Because
all right.
when I thought about it, I was like, But now I can name a lot of people who
Yeah.
really figured out how to secure the core. And I've studied them and now I'm like,
You seeing the trend, the
I'm
pattern.
seeing a trend. And it's like we can't escape that part. And I think that we want to so bad. We want to just get to the
The
next level, but it's like we need to secure that first level. Once you secure the first level, honestly, that's the hard work. But once the hard work is done, then there is no hard work. So just figure out, put that time into like securing the beginning, securing all the most important parts, which is the building phase. Once you build something successful, then it's over from there.
I totally agree. So this was such a good topic, and because of the holidays are coming up, hopefully we can get somebody who's in marketing to come in and talk about just like helping people getting ready for Black Friday because the time is now, you guys,
Well, yes,
and like Tiera
exactly.
said, like with this economy is I know everybody's going through their different things, so I don't know if people are gonna be spending like that, but people are still spending.
They're going to spend, but you just have to understand and make them understand the
Wisely. Yeah.
importance of why.
Why?
Yeah. If they understand why and it actually aligns in what their needs are, that's what you need to figure out. So that's why it's like securing that, like you said, figuring out who is your audience and rocking hard with them. You know what they need.
Mm.
That's easy to market to.
And honestly,
You know what they want.
and this and then goes this is my last thing because I feel like me and Tara, we probably could talk about this for hours. But it goes back to right now. They haven't said it, but I feel like we're in a recession. But that's how a lot of these businesses sustain through the hard times is because they have a core loyal base. So it goes back to the core, like having that core base, that foundation. You're gonna with
You're gonna remain afloat. It's the same thing for
the
the mom and pop restaurants. Everybody, they have their core people. They ain't trying to market to more people. They just trying to make their main people happy. Because if your main people happy, you're gonna have a successful business, and that's the main thing.
exactly, besties.
So,
All right, that's gonna end the show for today. Yeah, do you have anything to promote before we leave?
um, not really right now. Again, I'm just focusing on my core, my core people. Making sure they're happy and they're happy, so I'm happy. I'm just focused on that. I ain't been trying to, because I was trying to get more and more and more, and it's like,
Yeah.
wait a minute, I'm only one person. Let
Mhm.
me first focus on what's going right and go from there.
I totally agree. As for me, you definitely could check my business, Film Duality out, filmduality.com. We have a website and also we have the different social medias, Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok. So you can check us out there. All right, that's gonna close our video, besties. Have a good day. Bye.